So here is an example of a problem where we want to find the measure of central tendency, but we don't have all the information. We need to use the way we find the measures of central tendency to help us answer and find a missing value. So the example we're going to use is that Jay bought gifts that cost $24, $26, $20, and $18. She has one more gift to buy and wants her mean cost to be $24. What should she spend for the last gift? So the only information we have are the first 4 data points, the fact that we need a fifth, and we want the mean cost to be $24. To remind you, the mean is adding up all of the data values and then taking that sum and dividing by how many data points you have. It's finding that average. So there are 3 different methods to answer this question. The first method is to guess and check. To guess a random fifth value that you think Jay is going to buy for that last gift, and then see if the mean works out to be 24 and adjust your answer from there. So first, let's try a gift of $30. So then you would add up the first 4 values, 24 plus 26 plus 20 plus 18, now plus that fifth value of 30, and now you know you're dividing by 5 gifts, so that gives you a mean of 23.6, which is close to 24, but not quite. It's a little bit under. So you know that you should try a greater price to increase that mean to 24. So now we can try, let's say, 32. So let's say the gift is $32. So now you add up 32 with the other 4 values and divide by 5. And you can find that your mean cost would be the 24. So by guessing and checking, maybe you guess $25 first, or you guess $35 first. You would have to calculate the mean from there and then just keep lowering or adding more value to your price until you found that magical number that gave you the mean of 24. So the first method is just guessing and checking. The second method is to work backwards. Use your definition of a mean and use the information you have to work backwards to get that fifth cost. In order to have a mean of $24 on 5 gifts, we know the sum of all 5 gifts must be the $24 times 5. That's like usually the last step we do is divide by 5. So this case, we can multiply by 5. So the mean of 24 times 5 means that that sum has to equal $120. Well, we already know the sum of the first 4 gifts is $88. That's the 24 plus 26 plus 20 and plus 18. So the last gift should cost $120, the total you want, minus the $88 you already have to give you that price of $32. So mathematically, you're multiplying the mean of 24 times the 5 gifts to get 120. And then you're subtracting the sum of the other 4 gifts, or 24 minus 26 minus 20 minus 18 from 120 to give you that $32 value. You're working backwards using your definition of the mean to help you. Now the third method is to set up an equation. We can say that X is defined as J's cost for the last gift. That's our unknown. And we can set up using the definition of mean that we should have the first 4 values sum plus X plus that unknown value divided by those 5 values is equal to 24. And then you can solve that by first simplifying the sum to 88 in the numerator. You then have 88 plus x divided by 5 equals 24. So we're just simply isolating the variable x. We're solving for x. We're multiplying both sides by 5 and then subtracting 88, and you get that same number of 32. You get x equals 32. So you just need to then interpret that the variable x is the cost of the last gift. So 32 is X would mean that the last gift is $32. So you can guess and check, you can work backwards, or you can set up an equation to find that missing value. Let's try another problem. Here we have your test scores are 87, 86, 89, and 88. You have one more test in the marking period. You want your average or your mean score to be a 90. What score must you get on your last test? So you can guess and check or try to work backwards, but let's try to set up an equation to solve for that last test score. So we can use the fact that we have test scores of 87, 86, 89, and 88 that sum plus this variable x. We can define x as that last test score. That sum divided by the 5 values should equal your average of 90. So then 87 plus 86 plus 89 plus 88 is 350. And then if you solve for x by multiplying both sides by 5 and subtracting 350, you'll get that x equals 100. So with those previous 4 test scores and only one more test score left, you have found out using this equation method that you need to get 100 on your next test if you want your score to be a 90, if you want your average or mean score to be a 90. So using this equation process, finding missing values can be very helpful when you want to predict or help you set a goal for things if you want the average or the mean to be a certain number.